I want to talk to you about assignment one, reflective writing. What I like to do for the assignments for these videos is I like to bring up the assignment description and the rubric so you are looking at the same thing I'm talking about instead of me just talking about it. And you're not distracted by my little face in a screen on the video. So reflective writing, if you've taken other PIDP courses, you've been asked to reflect. And we use what we call the ORD model or focused conversation. That is the same here in PIDP 3230. A bit of a difference here, though, is there's only 2 reflective writing submissions you need to make. They're worth 10% each. One is due at the end of week 1, one is due at the end of week 3. Again, we're asking you to do the ORD model. And just a reminder, you start with what the objective is, what the quote or idea, what caught your attention, reflective, why you chose this idea, how do you identify with it. And the 2 most important for me, I think, is the interpretive. What does it actually mean to you? What insights do you get out of this reflection on that topic or item? And most importantly, again, is how is this going to impact your professional practice? So for these 2 reflective writings, you have an option of choosing from 3 topic areas. Now, there's more than just 3 topics, actually, when you look at these. So let's start by looking at selection number 1. After reading chapters 1 and 2 of the Art of Evaluation, or chapter 1 from Classroom Assessment Techniques, which you do in week 1, you can choose from the following 6 topics: the 9 purposes of evaluation, principles of authentic evaluation, the 4 traps of evaluation, Brookfield's characteristics of helpful evaluation, the 7 basic assumptions of classroom assessment, and roles of that validity and reliability play in evaluation. However, I will open this up a bit more and say, if there's something else that caught your eye in those 3 chapters of readings and you feel it's important for you to reflect on it, I will accept that too. This is really about your professional practice, and we all work in very different contexts. So you may find a topic that, after going through this reading, is more important, but it must be from those 3 chapters. Then, selection number 2 is after reading chapters 12 and 13, again of the Art of Evaluation, reflect on the benefits and or difficulties with using self-assessment. We use self-assessment in this course, and it is an assessment strategy, but there are definitely some benefits from it, but there are also some great challenges that go along with it. So this, if you choose selection 2, that's what you get to write on for your one of your reflective writings. Then there is option number 3. Now, these 3 topics are what we like to refer to as hot potato topics, because they come up quite a lot in post-secondary education. That is late assignments. What do? Do you give 0? You just accept it? How do we go about dealing with late assignments? Or participation grades. How do you actually mark participation in class? And there are courses that will include a participation grade, but what does that actually look like? So you want to think about that topic. And also, the last one here would be group grades. And sometimes that shows up in some courses too, where there'll be a team mark for a project or whatever. And what does that mean? How do you put, like I said, how do you put the checks and balances in between that to make sure there's accuracy of group grades? Because if you've been an individual that's participated in any kind of course that you're graded on a team project, there is fraught with some challenges. So it's something to think about, again, for your reflections. Obviously, there's technical specifications you want to consider. The cover sheet, the size, 500 to 750 words. Important about the citing, this is one of the things that I run into quite often, is folks may not be using the APA format. If you're struggling with APA format, there's all sorts of tools to use. Word has got the ability of making an APA reference in the APA format, so look into that. Again, here's your due dates. Week 1, reflection 1 is due. Week 3, reflection 2 is due. I also want to draw your attention to the rubric itself, because this is what I need. Well, not what I need, but what I use to grade your submissions. And I'll get a lot of pushback sometimes from learners saying, well, I think I'm a level 4. Well, if you look at level 4, you notice there's right there in the 3rd paragraph, there are 2 or more additional references. This is a quantifiable thing that I look at when I'm looking at the difference nuance between a level 3 and a level 4. Just bring it to your attention. You want to read through the rubric because that's what I use to grade your assignments. And something else I'll tell you about the rubrics, and you'll find out when we talk about authentic assessment, is with rubrics, everybody doesn't fall just neatly into one level. A lot of times it's in different levels. So again, that's what I'm going to use to mark. If you have any questions, you know what to do. Just get a hold of me.